Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Welcome. Just going to give a few minutes just to wait for some people to get on the call. So you just send out your text, get a few other people on the call last minute, and then we'll get this thing underway.
Before too long.
Song.
If I could spend the rest of my life with my people, I would do it over and over again. Leave it up to them to fill up their steam. Leave it up to us to fill up on our friends. If I could spend the rest of my life with my people, I would do it over and over again. I live in my mind and I know there's no ego. When I'm falling out, you're there for me back in. Yeah. It was long ago, and we were young also. In our lives we borrowed, feeling, yeah. I remember everything. Sometimes there's too much to take. I break down without no party, and I mean it, and I mean it. If I could spend the rest of my life with my people, I would do it over and over again. Leave it up to them to fill up on their steam. Leave it up to us to fill up on our friends. I can spend the rest of my life with my people. I would do it over and over again. I live in my mind and I know there's no ego. When I'm falling out, y'all they pull me back in. They say we have fun, but earth is cold. This music don't go deeper, no. But we think we could help this world if only we try. But we grow up, at least that's what they say. We can't do this when we pray. I tell myself every day that none of that applies. If I could spend the rest of my life with my people, I would do it over and over again. Leave it up to them to
All right. Got a few on the call. Let's get this underway. Cool. Welcome, everyone. Super excited. Welcome to this webinar VMA business call. So tonight we'll just run you through this new concept. Why we're so excited about this new movement that's going on. It's exciting me. As you can see from my background, currently sitting in my dorm room at university. Everyone else out drinking and I'm hustling and getting to work. Tonight we're just going to chat you through A to Z pretty much on this concept and really how it can work for you. Like I got started on this, had no idea about it, but the biggest thing I'm going to say is keep an open mind. I mean, if you keep an open mind, you're just going to be more successful on taking in the knowledge, being able to have a decision, make up your mind, and see if this is for you or not. If it's for you, cool, let's show you how to do it. If not, that's totally fine. We'll still go have a beer. So super excited, guys. We got a guy, John Clifford, on the call. He's woken up at 6 in the morning. He's been helping us build this business for almost a year now. He's one of the most driven person I've ever met. Well, I've never met him. I just meet him over Skype every once in a while. That's right. And then we've also got a guy from Melbourne, Brody. He's probably one of the smartest guys I've met in this business at the moment. Just super switched on with how it works. I mean, he initially never heard anything about this concept before, and he's just taken it full steam. Anything about the products or anything, any questions you need to ask, he's a guy to go to in Australia, and he'll just go to town and show you everything. So basically my story, guys, I started this about 10 months ago. I was living in Melbourne. I was currently building, which is fun, but not what I wanted to do. I always had bigger dreams and aspirations than where I was currently kind of going. I knew I wanted to have a lot of money kind of thing. I knew I wanted to do something different. I wanted to help people. And Mum was telling me I should be a nurse, but I was like, why the hell would I be a nurse? I just knew my aspirations were a bit more than where I was currently going. So I just had a super open mind, and then a friend of mine who was working at the gym came to me with this idea, and I just had a look at it. I was like, well, I've never heard anything like this before. A bit skeptical, but he just said, if you think the opportunity is too good to be true, then you'll never really have a true opportunity. Imagine how good it could be if it was true. And I was like, shit, wow. Then he got me in connection with John Clifford over there, and John just kind of blew my mind on how this can work for me, and really he's been helping me to build it for something that is working for me, and really I'm just benefiting my later future. I want to do something where my future self can go, like, good on you for doing that later on. So really, guys, just have an open mind. I mean, I did, and that's why I took it full steam ahead, and this is where I currently am now. I mean, like, I love doing it, I love everything about it, and the things I've learned from this industry, which what you will learn if you are interested in this, you'll just learn so much along the track with this that's going to help pretty much every aspect of your life. So like, if you're not currently satisfied with where you are, then there's more of an incentive to have an open mind. So like, the definition of insanity is if you do something over and over again but expect a different result. I mean, that's being insane. If you want difference, you want to change, you're going to have to change what you're doing. And for me, this was it. This was a change that I was looking for, the change that I needed, and I just got to work, really. So with that, guys, just have an open mind. Don't think about what it is now. Like, you might be thinking, shit, he's in his dorm room, whatever. Think of it like where it can take you. I mean, if you're not satisfied with where you are, you're going to have to do something different to get you ahead, to reach your goals, to reach your dreams. You're going to have to change from what you were to something new and start building on that. So I'd like to hand it over to our executive leader, John. He's been in this for about 2 years. I'll let you tell him what he is. So just hand it to you now, John. Tell you right now.
Yeah, man, no problem, brother. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate you guys giving me a few minutes of your evening to kind of enlighten you on what this opportunity is, what it's done for me. In very, 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 very short, what this is it's an opportunity to develop an additional income on top of whatever it is that you are currently doing. That can be a small part-time income where it's just a couple extra $100 so you can enjoy your time at uni, or you can enjoy your weekends just a little bit more. It could be a couple $1,000s a month. It could be $5,000, $10,000 a month. There are young people who are 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 years old who have managed to bring in six-figure incomes, $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. This can be whatever it is that you want it to be, but don't get it mistaken. It's not a lottery drawing. What you earn, what you make is you will earn it. It's a skill set. It's doing exactly what Riley's doing. Instead of going out and getting drunk, it's spending nights in the dorm rooms to make some extra money. It's a hustle, but it's a beautiful thing when it all comes together. I'll quickly dive into what our company Vemma has done for me, but we've done hundreds, if not thousands, of presentations. We've spoken to people all around the world, different countries around the world. Vemma is operating in 50 countries around the world, and what we've realized is two things really matter coming from your perspective, and that's typically what's in it for me and can I do this. So that's exactly what we want to attack right out of the gate. What's in it for you, and can you do this? And the best way that I can explain what's in it for you is really just to kind of read a little bit of a joke that will kind of bullet point things. And it says, first, let's see, I went on an interview for a job, and when the boss asked me what I wanted for compensation, I replied, first, I would like a huge commission based on every sale my efforts result in, and I want to see those amounts get higher as I improve. I expect to receive matching bonuses from the work done by people that I help train in the company. I would also like a quarterly check based on the company performance. I don't want to hear about time limits being imposed on any money. I expect you to provide me with the very best websites and apps for free so that I can conduct my business whenever and wherever I choose. The products that you want promoted must make sense. They must be simple, practical, in demand, and useful to everybody. When I do well, I expect lots of praise and recognition with incredible awards such as a new car, all expense paid trips, various travel destinations, as well as company events, VIP treatments at these events, and of course, more cash bonuses. I would like the opportunity to rapidly advance within the company, plus a check for the advancement I achieve. I expect international opportunities in over 50 countries. And last but certainly not least, I need to set my own schedule and work only when it suits me and my family. So when can I start? After the owner recovered from shock, he roared with laughter and said, "Man, you can't be serious. You're dreaming. You'll never find an opportunity like that anywhere. And if you do, come back and get me because I want to work with you." So I gave him my business card. That's what this opportunity entails. You decide your schedule. You decide your income. You decide where you work. You decide who you work with, and you decide how much freedom you have. One of the most respected professions in the world is it's probably a doctor. And with all due respect to those that have made the decision to go through years and years and years in school and become a doctor, I mean, utmost respect. That's something that I don't have the mental capacity to achieve. I put them on the highest of standards of individuals, of what they do for the community. But, I mean, when you just take a step back, doctors work a lot of hours. Doctors are on call. Sometimes they're missing family events. Sometimes they're missing special holidays. Sometimes they're missing their daughters and their nieces' school play because they're on call. An emergency arises, and that's what they do. And so that word freedom, it really makes you think, especially when you start thinking about career-wise. I mean, I look at my parents, incredible people, two greatest parents in the world. But my dad just turned 60, and my mom will be 60 soon, and they're still both working their tails off every single day. I mean, they bust their butt, and they have for a very, very long time. And unless I have something to say about it, they're not going to be retiring anytime soon. And so when I think about that, I think about my friends' parents. And when I think about my friends' parents, I think about my acquaintances' parents. And when I think about my acquaintances' parents, I think about just the general public's parents. And most parents are still working. And that's when you start to think, our parents have our best interest at heart. They really do. But most of them have told us, go to school, get good grades, go to uni, get good grades, fill out an application, go get a job, and then find a secure job and work that. But unfortunately, that plan usually involves us working until we're 70, 75 years old. Because, I mean, that's exactly what it's done for our parents. And it's only getting worse. People are seeming to go deeper and deeper and deeper into that old age of work. So that word freedom, again, that's what this is truly all about. I'll dive into my story and the freedom that this has kind of allowed me to have over the last few years. But can you do this? That's the second thing. Can I do this? And the answer is yes. If you are coachable, if you are willing to just simply do something that you've probably never done before. I have no previous experience in this. A lot of the top income earners in our company, Vemma, who have made the six figures, the $250,000, the $500,000, the $1 million a year, had never done network marketing before. And if you're skeptical from the things that we've said before, understand that this is a $178 billion with a B, $178 billion industry worldwide. This profession has created more millionaires than any other profession outside of professional athletics. Here in America, 82% of women who make a six-figure income, they do it through direct sales in the network marketing industry. So a lot of credibility. If you're skeptical about the network marketing industry, that's a whole nother topic. But can you do this? again, yes, if you're coachable. My story when I got started to kind of tie into can you do this is this. I've never done anything like this before, no prior experience. I am not proud to say this, but I dropped out of 2 universities, not 1 but 2. Just didn't know what I wanted, didn't really like structure, but nonetheless dropped out of 2 different universities. I was not the sharpest tool in the shed. I was not the brightest crayon in the box. I didn't have the greatest marks while I was in high school, and I obviously didn't have the greatest marks when I was in college and university. In this business, you don't have to do anything on your own. And what I mean by that is you are going to get connected with individuals that have built significant incomes and have significant experience. You are coached. You are coached. You are taught what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do, how to build this business and how to not build this business. And luckily for me, day one, I got connected with a family called the Sarvers. They've been in network marketing for 34 years. They've become multimillionaires through our company, Vemma. And they just simply said, again, John, this is what to say, this is what not to say. This is what to do, this is what not to do. This is how to build a business, this is how not to build this business. This is how you're going to ask someone, are they open to taking a look at this? Would they be willing to check out a YouTube video to see if this is relevant? This is not a sales job. You don't have to become a sales expert. You have to open your mouth and ask questions and see if this is relevant to people. And so I was able to do that over the last 2 years. When I got started, I had I almost said 275 pounds. I work with British people a lot. I had $400 in my pocket, and I didn't have a job currently. I had $400 in my pocket. I didn't have a job. I had a car that I wasn't sure was going to get me down to the end of the street. I really just was in a spot where I didn't know whether I should go back to uni, if I should pick up a part-time job, full-time job, and I got started with Vemma. I got connected with the Sarvers, as I mentioned, and I really just I dove into the deep end and I went after it. And with their guidance, the Sarvers guidance, over the last 2 years, this has turned into a full-time income for me. This is what I do part-time that generates me a full-time income. I'm very passionate about travel, and that's exactly what I've utilized Vemma to do. It's given me the freedom to travel the world. I was in Australia last year. I was in the United Kingdom last year. I've been through, over the last 2 years, Jamaica, Aruba, the Virgin Islands, Mexico. I've been Florida, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Las Vegas twice, Arizona numerous times. I was there 4 weeks ago. I'm going again in 2.5 weeks. I don't say any of that to impress you guys. I say it to impress upon you that anything's possible. I was an idiot that dropped out of university, that wasn't taking school too seriously, that got connected with people that knew how to coach me, how to lead me, and it's turned into a different lifestyle. I've been privileged enough to be in a position where I earn an additional bonus through the company, where I have a car bonus. And I went from a car that wasn't able to get me down to the end of the street to a car that, if you can possibly see it, give you a little bit of credibility. That's my vehicle right out there, so you don't think I'm some American phony. I have a beautiful 2014 C-Class Mercedes. And again, I don't say that to impress you. I don't show you to impress you. I say it because I was very, very, very skeptical. I sat there with my arms crossed. I didn't want to believe that there was a better way. I didn't want to believe that there was a way that people were retiring in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years instead of 70 years. We're often resistant to foreign concepts, and that's what this typically is for most people. Network marketing, although it's supported by some of the wealthiest individuals in the world, the Donald Trumps, the Warren Buffetts, it is a foreign concept. And many people will put their X up and say, no, it's not for me, even though they don't take the time to learn about it. So that's what's in it for you. That's what's possible. That's, can I do this? Yes, if I can, you can. So to dive into a little bit deeper what our company Vemma is, what this opportunity really entails, we are going to cover that briefly, and there's no better person to do that than Brody. As Riley mentioned, he's one of the top guys over there in Melbourne and really all of Australia building this business. He's been with the company for a little over a year now and had some great success for himself. So, Brody, man, I'll pass it over to you and I'll quiet my mouth.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, thanks, John. Thanks for that. You know, the insight you guys just got then from John Clifford, like, that's something to really take note of, guys. This guy has been in this, you know, a lot longer than we have. You know, he's been down the hard road. You know, he's excelled in this business to a point where, you know, like he said, you know, this is his full-time career now. This is a career where, you know, he can do this. He started off part-time, is now doing this full-time, and that's really something to give credit to. And he's someone to really, really listen to. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm obviously really excited to share with you guys about what Vemma is and you know how it can help you and what the company actually is. So I'm gonna dive right into it. Bear with me, we had a couple of technical difficulties just then with charges and all that sort of stuff. So if I drop out, I apologize. But yeah, like you guys are all probably wondering, like, what is Vemma? Vemma is a company. It's a health and wellness company. It's been around about 11 years. It was founded in Scottsdale, Arizona by a guy called BK Barreto. And this guy, he's been in the industry his whole entire life. You know, he's an absolute genius when it comes to the industry, you know, the products, all that sort of stuff, to the point where he went to the extremes of hiring a chief scientist, you know, Dr. Yiming Wang, who came up with this product that is the most complete liquid nutrition supplement on the market to date. And, you know, to go along with that, you know, over the 11 years, Vemma's won nearly 158 different health and business awards. So the credibility behind Vemma itself is actually huge, right? So Vemma, what does it stand for? It stands for vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe. And basically, mangosteen, if you guys don't know, it's a superfruit from Southeast Asia. It has incredible healing properties. It has over 43 xanthones in it. For those of you who don't know what xanthones are, basically, I'm not going to dive right into the science of it all. I'm going to keep it sort of short and sweet. But if you have any questions, you know, around the product, you know, shoot me a text afterwards. But basically, mangosteen is the queen of superfruits. It's based from Southeast Asia. It's an incredible product. And to have that as our core ingredient really speaks volumes in this company. So basically, our CEO BK, you know, just to give you a bit of background on him. Both of his parents died from heart disease and cancer, you know, a fair while ago, and it really sparked his passion for health and wellness, and really realized that, you know, he needs to fight the epidemic of this industry. I mean, the health and wellness company, you know, is a massive industry, and to break into that industry with a complete liquid nutrition that, you know, legally we're not allowed to say cures anything, but it definitely helps fight, you know, inflammation in the body, helps fight, you know, all diabetes. It helps fight against it. Doesn't cure anything. We're not allowed to say that legally with disclaimers, but it helps fight against the signs of aging and all that sort of stuff. We could go on for days about testimonials, and I'm sure everyone that's been doing Vemma for a while has their own testimonial to share, which is really cool. So basically, last year, our CEO won the Stevie Award. Which, those of you who don't know what the Stevie Award is, it's the same award won by, like, Steve Jobs from Apple, Ford Motoring Company CEO, Coca-Cola CEO, that sort of level. So that's where we're at. The level of our company is on par, if not, you know, better than all of these companies that, you know, is winning these huge awards. So to have a CEO that we are learning directly from, who's incredibly approachable at all times. You can message him on Facebook and he genuinely replies within a week. You know, to have that sort of leverage in an industry of this size is incredible. So as John touched on before, you know, this industry is a $178 billion industry, right? And to put that into volumes, right, like say professional sports is about a $9.5 billion industry. Music is a $16.5 billion industry. Yeah, and the movie industry is about an $80 billion industry. And then to say our industry in the network marketing industry is a $178 billion industry is insane. You know, if you don't believe it, there's the credibility all there. You know, all of our products are 100% backed by science. You know, we have 4 clinical studies done on our product. I mean, you know, to release a product into the market, you're not required to do any clinical studies whatsoever. BK took it upon himself and his chief scientist officers to do those clinical studies. So, you know, when we speak about what we're basically presenting to you, that it is legitimate and it is what we say it is. So, going into that a little bit further, the wellness industry, it's a $115 billion industry. The energy drink industry is a $12.5 billion industry. And what BK did is super, super clever. So he came up with this liquid antioxidant, right, which is just a 59 ml shot. You drink 1 to 2 a day, depending on your health conditions, right? And he decided that he wanted to broaden the spectrum of that and get it into a wider demographic. And as you can see, Riley holding up there, he's got, the newest release in Australia, Remix, right? And John Clifford's just showing us up with the Body Pro, which we are yet to get. I'll just school you both and just sort of hold this one up. Yeah, that's right. This one here that I just held up then is Body Build, and what Body Build is basically 25 grams of protein. It's basically a protein shake, ready to drink vanilla protein shake in a can. It's the most convenient, complete protein shake to hit the market yet, right? And this is huge. This is going to be an absolute game changer. It tastes about as good as a Macca's smoothie, vanilla smoothie. It is insane. It is incredible, right? But getting back into like our weight management and stuff like that, BK basically decided we're going to get that little, that 59 ml shot, and we're going to make the world's first and healthiest energy drink. So that's when he came up with Verve, which is like what Riley just held up before. Verve, lightly carbonated water, organic guarana extract, seed extract. And for a lot of you that probably don't know, guarana actually has natural guarana extracted from the seed. It actually has 18 health benefits. And a lot of people go, oh, if it's got guarana in it, I can't drink it. It's not, it's bad for you. Red Bull has guarana in it. Yeah, sure, Red Bull and all those companies have guarana in it. However, it's all developed synthetically. It's all developed in a lab. It's not natural. It's all synthetic. It's pretty much, you may as well drink some petrol. It's about the same potency. This, carbonated water, green tea, natural guarana, and the vitamins and minerals, it's insane. The vitamins and minerals, to touch on that quickly, we have 12 full vitamins, 65 trace and ultra trace plant source minerals, right? A lot of people, think, okay, we're eating right, we're getting all our minerals from diet. It's not the way anymore. It's food that we eat these days isn't of the quality as it was, 40, 50, 60 years ago. It's just not. There's herbicides, pesticides all around the world these days. The food's just not quite up to par. So, supplementation has been around, for centuries. For centuries, doctors have been saying, you need to supplement, you need to supplement, you need to supplement. And these days, to have a liquid antioxidant, liquid multivitamin supplement of this level, in this day and age is incredible. And it's going to send us into the billions. It's going to send this company into the billions. There's no doubt about it. And the cool thing about it is there's only 3,000 people in Australia doing this. There's 27 million people in Australia and only 3,000 people doing this, right? To have a company and a product like this that, young people like us can be so passionate about. I mean, a lot of young guys, you don't see them out there getting right into their vitamins and minerals and all that sort of stuff. They're more interested in partying and, going out and doing whatever. But to have a young movement like this with only 3,000 people in Australia just doing this, when the potential of 27 million people in the country, being exposed to this, and worldwide, it's at the tipping point. It's just at the beginning, and we're just getting started with this. And if you're hearing about this for the first time, I strongly, strongly encourage you to get back to the person who invited you on this call and ask them what it's all about. Why are they doing it? What's in it for them? Like, what's in it for them? How can they make it work for them? I know for myself, I got introduced to this about 12 months ago. By a good mate of mine at the gym, the same guy that Riley spoke about before. He shared both with us at the same time. Thank God for that now, looking back. He just gave me a healthy energy drink, and I tried it and I liked it, and I had an open mind. I took it on board. He showed me, how I can make it work for me. I went along and did that, and 12 months later, I'm looking back now thinking, wow, how far I've come, in health retrospect, in my financial freedom, my financial position, the whole worked. It's been a really, really good journey for the past 12 months, and the next 12 months is going to be even better. With new products getting released, yearly, monthly, it's just stepping up, and stepping up. And basically, that pretty much just gives a quick summary of what the business is, and our products. I should touch on actually real quick. We have a really, really good weight loss program as well, developed by Christian Hardy Power from the States. They run basically the biggest Extreme Transformation Weight Loss Edition over in the States. They're TV celebrities, and they've worked with BK to formulate basically that. That's what they've formulated. They formulated a weight loss program that is second to none. You get your own personalized application with it. You get meal coaching, the whole works with it. It's a really, really state-of-the-art program. And if weight loss is something that interests you, or you want to change in your life, then I strongly encourage you to take a good look at it and check it out. With all that being done and said, like I said, I got involved in this 12 months ago. I'm a builder by trade, so I have I have a building company that I run daily, and I do this part-time. I do this at the night time. I figure I'm on my phone all the time, looking at social media, looking at Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. But I'm just scrolling through, just seeing what everyone else is doing, and it was kind of, it used to be boring. Now I look at it and I look at, I'm scrolling through looking for people's lives that I can have an influence on, a positive influence on, people's lives who I can change. And you never think that word of mouth advertising to a point of this would get you so far in life. We advertise word of mouth advertising every single day anyways. Like, for example, if I told Riley to go and see a movie at Hoyt Cinemas or something like that, Hoyt isn't going to pay me for him to go and watch that movie. Where in this, if Riley says to you, hey, like, I've got this new protein shake, you should try it, you like it, you buy it, you get paid for it. It's a really simple concept. It's a simple concept, but really effective concept. Basically, with that being said, all that being said, I'm going to throw it back over to Riley now to close this thing out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me any questions you have. I'm open to talk about anything, anytime. And listen up to Riley. Like, he's a guy that he's sort of gone under the radar a little bit here in Australia, and he's moved up. He's gone up to Newcastle, started from scratch, started building this from not knowing a single soul in Newcastle to now potentially building one of the biggest teams in Oz and absolutely smashing it up there. He's a guy that if you have any doubts about if I can do this, talk to him and he will show you that he can do it. Because if kids like us can do it, that have wanted a little bit more in life, but had a above average desires and ambitions. If kids like us can do it, then anyone can do it, and it's just simple. So get back in contact with the person who invited you on this call, and hit us up. So with all that being said, Riley, I'll throw it back over to you to close this thing out.
Cool. Thank you, Brody. Yeah, so guys, that's just a real brief overview of the products of the company kind of thing. But I like to keep it a little bit simple. So, like, you all know people who spend money on energy drinks like crappy Red Bull. You know people who spend money on vitamins, pill forms. They're no good for you. You know people who spend money on pre-workouts, proteins, and all that kind of stuff. What we are doing here, we are just switching our consuming habits from that to this. So initially, it's a free business. It's a free business for me because I switched from spending money on crap that I was consuming that would never give you back anything to this, to where we then got a free website, a free app, and connection to all these successful people to work with. All we're doing then, we're just sharing this with our friends who already spend money on this through the most socially connected generation in the world. I mean, to me, that makes sense. People spend money on these kind of things which aren't as good. We're just giving them an alternative to what can better their life even more, and they get the option of either making another income on it or just getting free products. So we're just sharing this product with our friends. It then exponentially grows into where we can earn a full-time income. You can earn an extra $500 a month and an extra bit. Like, as I've discovered, the law of income states that you get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. So if you think builders, accountants, all that kind of stuff, they get paid for the value that they bring. And the only problem is that there's a limit to how much value they can bring to the marketplace. Now, what excites me so much is that in this, you determine your own value. You can give a little bit of value and get a little bit of return for it, or you can give the most value in the whole company and work your way up to the top income earner. So it's all just determined by how much you want it. I mean, if you're ambitious enough, like the rest of us on this call, and we want to go for it like crazy, then we're going to get that. We've got the chance and the opportunity to work hard at what we want to do to get the results that we want to see. So that being said, like, guys, like, I see this is a 3 to 5 to 7 year plan, working part-time, the magic of part-time. I'm working full-time on my studies, part-time on my fortune. If I work this correctly, 3 to 5 to 7 years' time with the help that I'm getting, I'll be residually financially free to do whatever the hell I want. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, there's no other opportunity out there which is free, because you're switching your consuming habits from one thing to another thing, where you can add value to yourself and to the company and work you out to the top, to where you never have to worry about money again. You can do the things that you want to do, and you don't have to work for someone else making their dreams come true because you weren't ambitious enough to go get your own. So like, that sounds tough, but that's what it comes down to, guys. It's a simple concept. So whoever got you on this call obviously likes, trusts, and respects you enough to want to be working with you, to want to give you this opportunity, and see it as that. See it as an opportunity to where you can change really your whole life. I mean, I've changed mentally, physically, and financially by doing this. And yeah, I'm not the smartest kid either. Like, Dom's only more financially and mentally free because he's been doing it for longer than me. So like, that's it, guys. Just get back in contact with people, get plugged in. And if you want to see where this is working, we do these webinars every Tuesday, same time. We can send you the link and just get some of your friends on it, and then just see what you can do for each other. I mean, it's kind of one team, one dream. You all get paid the same. You all do everything the same. You get the same goals. I mean, results aren't typical, but they're results. Like, you can do it. You just got to go out and get it done. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Time's precious, and I don't want to take up too much of yours. So, next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, see what else we can do for you. Thanks, guys. Bye.